unicorn banao, entrepreneurship banao. They want to work for the government. We have no opportunities. And Trump is pulling our talent away, Saurabh. It's a huge threat. What do you think, Saurabh, and then Abhijit? Saurabh first.
Yeah, Arnab, you've said the right thing. Take the case of India's diplomatic establishment. Where have we created real opportunity for domain experts to get in? Not everything can be done by officers who join the foreign service. A lot of domain experts who can be tapped in. What about ministries? Prime Minister had a great plan of getting domain experts into the government. I spoke to a bunch of them. They told me about the frustration. Frustration they face by the bureaucracy which is there, which does not want to get in these young talent.
The bureaucracy wants to hold on to the positions even after they are retired.
Arnab, I'm telling you, what happens? What does US do? They get talent from the private sector, straight entry into the US State Department.
I agree.
There is a program like that.
No, there isn't one. That's my problem. There isn't one. There isn't one. And then we say, Saurabh, sorry to intervene. No, then we say that, look how well Indians do when they go abroad. All the CEOs of the top 648 unicorns, almost 100 of them are led by Indians. We should be proud about that. But we have done everything possible. As a country, Abhijit, we do everything possible to make sure that the highest quality talent from the highest and best universities never comes back to India. We deny them the opportunities and we create a babudam out here. Abhijit.
Yes, indeed. We don't roll out the red carpet for our talent. We have so much talent that has to leave the country to get an education abroad. I mean, Saurabh spoke about the US, what they have done. Look at what the Chinese have done. They have the 1,000 Talents program. They've spent trillions of dollars worth of money into identifying which sectors.
South Korea as well.
They need to focus on. Indeed. So they are very strategic about this. They have a long-term plan and vision. Where is our vision? Where's our plan? What are the industries and sectors that we want to focus on the next 20 years? And how do we get people back? How do we incentivize them to come back? Do research, do actual R&D, do actual technological development, start up new companies and unicorns. How do we do this? Do we have a plan? We do not seem to have a plan. And this is something I've been speaking about for years, and nothing is being done, so that's really frustrating. But we can just copy what the Chinese have done and modify it to suit our requirements. And we can have a 10-year program, and that's how we start off. But I don't see anything being done. And the root cause is the education system, which is abysmal. It doesn't teach you critical thinking.
Employment system also.
What to think and so on.
Employment system, government recruitment system.
Indeed.
Government recruitment system.
There's no merit in India. No merit. It's all reservations. I mean, how do you process?
So someone is therefore recognizing Mr. Saju Jain. And Trump being Trump, I mean, you can bet on him to get right down to the point. He's cut the chase. He says, I want those who are pulling American society down out. I want the illegal infiltrators, the uneducated, the ones who contribute to our crime, etc. out. And I want the complete creme de la creme of academia, institutions, the best, to get an automatic entry into my country. Now, what should we do? We're running out of time. Saju, what would you do? We can talk about this, but what would we do?
Yeah, I would look at a solution right now, right? Like, I'll give you an example. I have a friend, he's an American. He's lived here in India for 17 years. He's raised $4 billion for Indian companies in terms of funding. And yet, every year, he has to go and get his visa stamped. His children were educated here, they've grown up over here, and they can't get a job here. They've studied in the best universities, and they want to come back here and they want to study here. So where is our program, right? It's not, all the other panelists have spoken about, about Indians, but why aren't we taking a very broader view and saying, let us be a magnet for global talent. Wherever the best talent is, yes, they can go to the US, but why not have India as an option?
Absolutely.
So if we create a program that allows the best talent in the world to come, set criteria, set judicious, meritorious criteria, and let them come here, set up their businesses here, give them something to hold on to.
Yeah.
When somebody's been here for 17 years and still has to go every year to take a stamp on their visa, what are we talking about how we treat talent?
Yeah. I agree with you, Saju, and viewers, before I go for the last point by Professor Madhav Nalapat, I just want to tell you, viewers, that Indian origin CEOs, this is the biggest cliche, they lead 16 Fortune 500 companies, they employ millions of Americans, they generate trillions of dollars in revenue, and Indian Americans have also co-founded 72 out of the 648 unicorns, which means 1 out of every 9 unicorns in America is being founded by an Indian American. And we are sitting here discussing when to implement a caste census. We are sitting here discussing how to do NEET all over again. And then we say we will have a Viksit Bharat. And my point is you can't have a Viksit Bharat. We've got to change the whole system. But the problem in our country is when one Sanjeev Sanyal opens his mouth out on that, and when one Sanjeev Sanyal says that the UPSC is outdated, everybody jumps on him. Like he is cardinal sin, Sanjeev Sanyal. Act on him. We're just not being practical here.
Whole lobby.
Am I right? So you saw what happened to him? He was being trolled like anything because he criticized the UPSC. He said the damn right thing, Saurabh.
There's a whole lobby, Arnab. Which
whole lobby went after him.
This system to be unshackled. They don't want, because they are a vested interest which thrive on this.
I know people will say I'm biased to Sanjeev because he was just senior to me in college, in Delhi University and at Oxford. But I would say if you get 200 Sanjeev Sanyals to come back to the country, we would be better off. But we're not doing anything. Now my question here is it too late? Is it too late, Professor Nalapat? What would you have one foot in academia as well.
Look, I'd like to say, Arnab, very clearly that, first of all, India and Indian education institutes are capable of attracting the best talent. Manipal University, for example, and several other universities, Manipal have a substantial number of foreign students, including US citizens. They're not coming to here because of the climate. They're coming here because of the quality of education.
Yeah.
And now you correctly talked about Babuda. Look at ISRO and the Atomic Energy Commission. Both of these were staffed, headed by scientists, atomic scientists and space scientists. They were not headed by bureaucrats.
Yeah.
And what happened? Even though they were completely domestic, even though we were completely blocked from access to foreign technology, we developed the best technology.
I'm with you.
So, as it's correctly been said, Indian domain experts can do the job, but give them a chance, number one.
Give them a chance.
Number two, as you very correctly said, 26,000 ways in which an Indian can be sent to jail. It's the easiest thing in the world to send somebody to jail in India, which is frankly wrong. It should be the most difficult thing to send anyone to jail. And that should be the case, particularly in India, the largest democracy. So yes, and today, in today's online age, where frankly information can flow in nanoseconds, I am really surprised that you have a system such as NEET, which allows this kind of copying of paper questions all over the place. And obviously there will be some people who cheat. You can use online systems to make sure that everybody gets the paper at the same time. And only a few will have that access. So you can identify who are the likely perpetrators.
I agree with you on everything.
Punish them very severely.
I agree with you on everything. Only that part about going to jail, having had some personal experience of that, ouch, you touched a raw nerve out there. But you were rubbing it in on me. But I know there are a billion ways in which innocent Indians can be sent to jail. But my question is, viewers, tonight, take what Trump is doing very seriously. It's not a Trump joke. If it becomes from intention to execution, believe me, it's the biggest threat for the country. An accelerated brain drain.